Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here at Book Blather. If you're new here, I'm Dave, this is Olive, and we mostly talk about books. So the delinquency continues. We've just been so busy, we can't get the videos done. But we're here today. We have books, recent reads to tell you about, a recent book haul to tell you about. But first, we want to tell you about our Christmas TBR. Right, Olive? Because we are already into December. So we have some good stuff lined up, we think, because last year, at Halloween, in October, we always like to read Halloween stuff. In December, we always like to read Christmas stuff. Last year, we screwed ourselves. We got wrapped up in a couple of other things, and we read very little Christmas. We read a couple of short Charles Dickens Christmas stories, and we read a Christmas novella called, I think it's I Found Christmas Lights Slithering Up My Street or something like that. I'll put it up here by Ben Farthing, which was pretty decent. But that was basically all we read for Christmas in December. I mean, Olive read stuff, of course, right? Olive, you read. Olive read her usual Christmas reads. She read. What was the first one you read? You read On Santa's Lap, which you thought was okay, right? And then she read Elfed by Ginger Kane, which she really liked. You really liked that one a lot, right? Didn't you really like that one a lot? I think so. Oh, that really smells like peppermint. Okay, so anyway, we were upset we didn't read that much Christmas stuff, and because we really enjoy when we read Christmas stuff in December. So we're this year we're allocating December to just Christmas reads. So the first thing that we're excited to read, that we've wanted to read this for a couple years now, and so this year we finally grabbed it, and this is called Secret Santa, The Gift That Keeps on Giving by Andrew Schaefer. Andrew Schaefer. And so this is a book, it's a Christmas horror, and this is about a girl that she goes to work for 2020 this came out. A girl that goes to work for a publishing company, and it's like her task to find like the next Stephen King, but her like co-employees don't want her there, and this like culminates when they do like the annual Secret Santa thing, and she gets a strange gift, and when she gets this gift, it like all her coworkers like start dying, and so she trying to figure this out. She teams up with somebody, I think, and so I don't know. It sounds pretty cool. So we're pretty excited to read this one. So that's first. Let us know if you've read this. I've never heard anybody talk about this, but then not everybody is like crazy into Christmas. Okay, then what we're doing is we're going to make sure we read a lot of Christmas short stories in genres that we like. So this is a book I've shown before. I probably showed this book 2 years ago. This is A Lot Like Christmas by Connie Willis. And what this is a collection of science fiction Christmas short stories. So like, I guess 2 years ago, we did read a couple stories out of this, so we talked about it then. But most of the stories in here we haven't read yet. Connie Willis is a very acclaimed science fiction writer, wrote Doomsday Book, To Say Nothing to the Dog, and a few a number of other things. But she's a very, very famous sci-fi writer, and she likes Christmas, so she did this collection of all sci-fi Christmas stories. So we're going to read some more out of this. We're going to be going back and forth with this book, which I probably also waved up like maybe 2-3 years ago, but never really read any of it. I may have read like one story out of this, and this is Hark the Herald Angels Scream. And this is a collection of horror Christmas short stories, and this is by a bunch of different writers: Sean McGuire, Joe Lansdale, Josh Mallerman, and a number of names that you know. And so it's like I said, I think we may have read one story out of here a few years ago, but no, it looks like I started one and didn't even finish it. Well, maybe we read 1.5. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while, so we'll just start over because we don't remember. So we're going to alternate, I think, short stories between sci-fi and horror. We'll go back and forth, but we are really determined to get through a lot of these short Christmas stories this year. And then, if we have time, but I'm going to get to this for a second. So, if we have time, another book, which I'm also pretty sure that I've shown probably like 2-3 years ago, but never got to, is this. Krampus, the Yule Lord, by Bram. So this obviously a Krampus story, you know, the evil counterpart to Santa Claus. And we haven't really, I don't think we've read really any Krampus stories, but this is supposedly, you know, one that a lot of people have read and liked. So we might read this if we get to it. We are allocating, like I said, we're allocating all December to this. But what we want to ask you guys is if you have any recommendations for short Christmas stories. Like, I don't want to get involved in anything like really long, right, Olive? We don't want to do any really long. We'll get to you in a second, but we don't want to do any really long ones for Christmas because we want to make sure we get a bunch of these different things in. But you know, we really like novellas. So in particular, if you know of any Christmas novellas that you think we would like, particularly in, it could be any genre, but particularly in genres we like sci-fi, horror, fantasy, something like that. You know, let us know, because we are anxious to hear recommendations from other people, and that, you know, not sure what will fit in, but we're gonna, if we hear of some other good short books, we'll definitely try to squeeze them in. Olive is also she's been looking at some stuff for, you know, she always does her usual Christmas reads. She didn't tell me what any of the stuff is that she's looking at. So, but I know she's been looking at some stuff. Sometimes she finds these things she shows you guys when she's editing the video before it goes up. So I don't know. She didn't tell me about any of the ones that she's looking at. It's probably for the best, you know, because, you know, the type of stuff that she reads, it's probably just better. I don't even know what she's planning to do. But I know she's been looking at some stuff. So she has, you definitely had some ideas, right? You had a few things that you said you were checking out, and so we'll see. That'll be a surprise, I guess. We'll see what she says. But so that is our TBR. We'll be back very shortly. We really will. We'll be back very shortly with we have some recent reads to tell you about, a book haul and stuff. But we just wanted to get our Christmas TBR up because we're pretty excited about those. So let us know what you are reading for the holiday season. If you are reading Christmas things, or just, you know, holiday things, doesn't have to be Christmas, obviously. Or if you have, like I said, if you have any recommendations for us for short Christmas reads, we would be very happy to hear about those. So, all right, we hope everybody is off to a good start for the holiday season. We'll be back to talk to you a couple of times about the stuff we've been reading for the Christmas season. Like I said, some of that stuff may change. We didn't put aside any Christmas comics either, graphic novels, and you know we always like to do that too. So we'll probably find one or two of those to squeeze in. So we'll be checking in with you on the holiday reads soon enough. But yeah, let us know. As I said, let us know if you have any ideas for us. And in the meantime, as always, thanks so much for watching. If you don't have anything substantive you want to say, you can always leave Olive a puppy emoji, because she does. You really smell that peppermint? That really smells nice. Because she does always like to see those. So, right, you're always happy for a puppy emoji or Santa or a Christmas tree or whatever. But as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you again very soon. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.